Coach, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Detroit Lions and the New Orleans Saints. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, box drop. On the ball.
He's coming. Check in.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Line 13. He's coming. Check in.
They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Hey, orbit.
Operating from the gun, Rutherford. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now a handoff here to his running back. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson going for Metcalf. It's caught inside the 25. Give him 32 on the play. It's a great throw right there and really showed a lot of confidence in his receiver.
He certainly did. Ball was in the air a long time, but he counted on the adjustment that we saw near the end of the play. As that ball was descending, who was going to come down with it? He counted on his guy, and he gambled correctly.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson, flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Now Lutz for the field goal try. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And Lutz's kick is good. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And they'll go jet sweep here with Dorsett. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Here we go.
Off the play fake. Rutherford. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
Go. Snap.
From the gun, Rutherford. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Check safety. Hey, alert 3.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the pass. Switch.
Now Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead out of bounds. He goes, and that's a sack.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
Down. 10-2 stop. Bravo.
Watch the slant.
They run it here with Gordon. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Big Andrew Billings there on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Hey, echo. 5.
To throw on 2nd down. Rutherford flushed out right. Now he'll pull it. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they come up now 2nd and goal. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they come up now 2nd and goal. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Lutt's good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On the
The
set.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. On second down now, it's Gordon, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Go. Hey, Wahoo. 13. Get it.
On 3rd and 2, Rutherford. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic, this is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way gun. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Now this is playoff football. I mean, what a big-time tackle. Perfectly executed with a little extra emphasis there.
And got him for a loss as well. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
from the gun on third down. Jackson able to find Deion Kane, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line.
That's another Saints first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
54. Come on.
A first down carry for Smith. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. We ain't giving up nothing today.
And an alley to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz will look to add the extra point. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Mike 13. Mike 13. He's coming.
He finds an opening past the 40. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. A very solid gain of 27. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
5, 2.
Throwing on first down. Rutherford. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. He'll let this go for the end zone, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off Byron Jones.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
And
he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Jackson now. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Rutherford. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. It's a big play there for the Lions. 57 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the counter, here's Gordon. The nice footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And how about this? It's complete. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. From 8 yards out, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And this one's back to an 8-point game.
Next to score, Saints 17, Lions 9.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Throwing is Jackson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On 2nd and 10, Jackson, he completes it to Evans. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And this one will be brought back to the 22. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
He's coming. Check in. Good track.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A sizable gain there, 9 yards, as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd down.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Off play action. Rutherford eluding the pressure right. And it's caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. He has been an integral part of the offense all season, and now in the playoffs he's carrying it over. Had the touchdown last week in the wild card game. Now his 2nd TD of the playoffs.
Showing some consistency, and that's something that we have to keep in mind about the playoffs, because we often think you have to be spectacular.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Well, you know, you can't get all the points back at once, but baby steps, a good start.
A start that was sorely needed, because this team looked like they might be out of this one, but getting a touchdown, getting back into it, gives them hope as they move forward.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
The Saints take over 1st and 10.
Let's go.
At their own
Let's go.
25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score, so 17-all as they come up on a first down. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11. At the 24-yard
Check.
line.
Walk 54. Stay with your man.
Now Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Going up top, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Going right side here, and that's complete.
But we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
A field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
2nd and 6. Escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
61, match box, right.
Operating from the gun. Rutherford. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Jackson operating from the gun. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And some room. There goes Melvin Gordon. He's at the 50, 30, 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Melvin Gordon, 92 yards. And the Lions have taken the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Ready up!
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson, he's going to look deep down the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 29. Check pass.
From the gun, Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And all the way down to the 42. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Ito Smith. There he goes left side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ito Smith, 42 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Lutz with the extra point, and that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Go! 10 logo. Hey, Charlie. Get it.
To throw on 3rd down, Rutherford. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now here live in New Orleans. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
Ready? Double time. Hey, 4 down.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Smith. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They go back to the ground with Smith, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Hey, keep it up. Anyway, he's checking. Crash.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. On the return, it's White. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well.
else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
Bravo.
And they'll go jet sweep here with Dorsett. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
You got nothing with it. You got nothing. Hey, check Mike 6, Mike 6.
On 3rd down, Rutherford. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
He's coming. Let's go.
Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Check.
5.
2nd and 11. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Rutherford. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. He's got Smith here. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Mike's 50. Rip left. Mike's 50. Watch the screen.
Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. hands of Kane. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Watch the act. Check three, check three, check three.
On first down, it's Smith. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. They keep it with Smith on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. On second down, here's Smith. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, huh? I'm going to run you over. Run you over.
A give to Smith out of the gun, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. And this one is right down Broadway. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Now Gordon on first down. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down.
Hey, Delta.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that, but let's not forget the others. Tough pill to swallow.
It really is, because there's so much hard work, effort. You mentioned the hope to go on and maybe play in the big game itself. Well, let's see how they handle it, though. The offseason is going to be a long one for them because they're going to eat their heart out watching other people continue to play. But can they come back the next year and find it in them to make that same run again and maybe find a way to advance?
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.